25%. 25%. 25%. For every 1 Malaysian ringgit a man earns, a woman earns 25% less. I get it. We live in Malaysia, we all like a good discount, yeah? I mean, I love a good bargain, trust me. But ladies, how do you feel about being the discount? That everything you do is remunerated 25% less because you are a woman. It literally means you will take 15 months to make what a man earns in 12 months. Women operate at a discount. And this is true across all occupations, across all sectors, male-dominated, female-dominated, all balanced. This is true across the world, whether you're in Cambodia or in Iceland, women operate at a discount. So what I'd like to do today is talk to you about the elephant in the room. I'd like to talk to you about why women earn less than men, and that is our problem because we are the discount. I'd like to talk to you about why this happens and what we can do to stop being the discount. Why does wage gap matter? The thing I like about salary is that you can measure value, yeah? And the fact that there is a wage gap between what a man and a woman earns means that we're being valued differently. This is not an opinion, it's cash, ladies. It's cash in the bank for the value you create. Either you earn it or you don't. And the business reality is that you are the discount. So women are being valued less than men. 25% less. I'm not okay with that. And I'm sure I'm not the only one. Because you see, my work is just as valuable as that of my male co-founder at our company. You see, the value we create is equal. And no, I don't believe that there's a male conspiracy against women or whatsoever. So why would I operate at a discount? Am I less educated? No. Am I less skilled, less experienced? No. Is my performance lower? Are my results worse? Do I work less time? No, no, no. So why would I earn 25% less than my male partner? It baffles me. Let me tell you about the 3 biggest myths about why women are the discount. Myth number 1. Some people still believe that women are less educated than men, and this is simply not true. The World Economic Forum shows that globally, women are as educated as men. In fact, in countries like the US, it's been 30 years since women have started outnumbering men in earning a bachelor's degree. So education is not going to cut it, right? We're getting the same education, same qualifications, but we're not getting the same income. And that gap starts as soon as you hit the labor market. Studies from the American Association University of Women show that women graduate at a wage gap. And that gap widens over time. So let me break this down for you, yeah? Can I see a show of hands if you are a university student? Okay, quite a lot of you. Out of you lot, women will earn less than your male classmates in the same graduating class as soon as you land on that first job. You become the discount immediately. And that's going to confine you for the rest of your life. What are you going to do about it? Okay, Jess, we hear your feminist talk, but you know, we live in the 21st century and times have changed for women and we are on our way and we'll be there soon. Which takes me nicely to myth number 2. There's been progress. We'll get there. Really? Are we getting there? We're nowhere close. In 1970, American women earned 59 cents for every $1 their male counterparts earned. Today, they earn 78 cents. So they've literally made a progress of 19 cents in 46 years. I mean, the price of eggs at your closest supermarket has increased much more than that, for God's sake. And I'm not making this up. The price of egg has increased much more than the price of female labor relative to men. The reason I'm showing you data from the US is because if a country like the US, where, everything is so advanced around women empowerment, cannot get equal pay right, then the rest of the world is way far behind. And it's not even a question about by how much the difference is. Even if the difference was 96 cents for every $1, it is still terrible. Paying women less for the same value is just simply clearly wrong. Equality means men and women earn equal pay for equal work, period. Just last week, the World Economic Forum released its 2016 Global Gender Gap Report. And it revealed that the pace of change has slowed down towards gender equality over the past 3 years. And get ready for this, yeah? Get ready. Brace yourselves. Given the current trajectory, it will take 170 years for the world to close its economic gender gap completely. I'm going to repeat that for you. Given the current trajectory, it will take 170 years for the world to close its economic gap completely. If you're my age, you would be 199 years old when that happens. And I'm young, okay? You can do the maths. The point is, it won't happen in our lifetime. In fact, it won't happen in our daughter's lifetime. It won't even happen in our daughter's lifetime. In our daughter's lifetime. In our daughter's lifetime. Only then. I don't know about you, but I will not wait for that long. So, before I crack in through my rant, which I'm sure you've been waiting for, let me show you myth number 3. Someone else will fix it. And I think that has been a huge part of the problem. Because we expect things like gender inequality to be fixed by others. Yeah? Like society will do the right thing, and if it doesn't work out, we'll blame others. Right? Don't get me wrong here. I think we have some amazing initiatives out there. I mean, we have the He for She campaign, we have the Lean In movement, we have the 30% Club, we have politicians like Trudeau, right? And they're doing a fantastic job in raising awareness about this issue and getting us talking about it. But just because we're talking about an issue more doesn't mean this issue gets resolved for us. In fact, what we're doing is not working because we're not getting paid, we're getting screwed. So we need to do something different. We need to do something more radical. And I believe women must own the problem because they are the discount. We have to stop waiting for others to fix this for us. We can't wait for others to fix this for us. We can't wait for global leaders to fight our fight. I mean, we literally had President Obama pushing for equal pay for equal work the moment he entered office. 8 years later, nothing has changed. If we cannot get the most powerful leader in the world to lead this change for us, then who else do you expect to do it? No one. It is our problem. It is not your employer's problem. It is not your male colleague's problem. It is your problem. So we need to stop blaming on the men. We need to stop blaming on society. We need to stop blaming on our leaders. And we need to step up and own the problem. Because at the end of the day, it's not my husband, it's not my male colleagues who's going to negotiate the salary for me. It's just me. And I understand that some of you might disagree with this, but that's precisely my point. It doesn't matter whose fault this is. It doesn't matter whether it's society's fault, history's fault. It doesn't matter whether it's our fault. What matters is what can we change, and unless we negotiate our salary for ourselves, change isn't going to happen in our lifetime. You will always be the discount. So I decided to do something about this. And I used the Lean In platform, and I created the Lean In Career Program, an 8-week journey aimed at empowering women to accelerate their careers. And with practically no budget, I got the best team, the best mentors, and the best trainers I could find. And all together, we enabled 22 ordinary women in Malaysia to truly lean in and to achieve their career goals. We created a space where these women were able to focus on themselves rather than others. A space where they were able to overcome limiting beliefs that had been holding them back for so long. A space where they could be strong and vulnerable at the same time. At the end of this program, the women came together and presented their achievements at that final tournament. And their stories were just beyond awe-inspiring. Some of them started new businesses that they had dreamt about for so long. Others worked towards getting promotions. Some quit jobs that had made them miserable for so long, and others got higher pay. One of my colleagues literally got a 70% raise because she did her research of what she was worth. She did this by looking at what her male colleagues were earning and leaned in and demanded equal pay to her boss. And these women came on stage and they were so confident and so ambitious and so strong and vulnerable at the same time and so just beautifully awesome. And what I realized about these women was that they always had that inner warrior in themselves, but something was blocking it. Fear. Fear of being disliked. As soon as these 22 women let go of that fear, they were invincible. What I learned about running, when I was running this program, was that a major reason why women do not negotiate their salary is because they are afraid of not being liked. We hold ourselves back because we are afraid that other people might not like us. So then I wondered, where does this fear of being disliked come from? And if we are to understand this, we need to understand where does gender bias come from. There's been 30 years worth of research on gender stereotypes that show that we are much quicker to associate men with leadership, whereas with women, we associate them with, being contributors, followers, supporters, but certainly not leaders. What this means is that we expect men to act like leaders, to be decisive, capable of getting things done, powerful, successful. But we expect women to be kind, communal, concerned about others, caregivers, the kind of things you would expect from someone being supportive. We certainly don't expect women to be assertive or dominant. My point is, we have set expectations for men, and we have set expectations for women. And when we deviate from these expectations, we face resistance. As a result of this, as a man gets more powerful and successful, he is better liked. Why? Because he's conforming with our expectations. We expect him to be a lion, and he's acting like a lion. As a woman gets more powerful and successful, she is less liked. We expect her to be a mouse, but she's acting like a lion. What's up with that? You don't believe me? Ladies, over to you. Let me ask you a question. If you had a choice of two men, one man was kind and gentle, lovely. The other man was powerful, successful, a respected leader. Who would you prefer to marry? Sure. Let me ask you this follow-up question then. If you had two types of women, one woman was just so lovely and sweet and communal and kind and generous. The other woman was an alpha female, dominant, ambitious, more powerful than you, more successful than you. Who do you prefer to have as a girlfriend? The more ambitious a woman is, the more power she gains, the less she's liked. Whereas the exact opposite is true for men. Men are expected to be respected leaders. Women are expected to be liked. For a man to be respected, he needs to negotiate for higher pay. For a woman to be liked, she needs to take care of others. But the foundation of the professional space is based on respect, not friendship. If we are to truly stop being the discount, we need to get over this likability penalty. We need to get past this likability bias. How do we do that? We let go of the fear of not being liked. The blunt truth is that women do not respect themselves enough and lack the courage to stop being the discount because we are afraid of not being liked. And that is limiting us in the way we lead, it's limiting us in the way we get paid, and it's limiting us in the way we are treated as human beings. Just 2 weeks ago, a friend of mine who was trying to get promoted literally told me, I don't want to be perceived as too bossy, too pushy. I'm worried about losing my job. We're more worried about getting fired than not getting paid enough. We're more worried about being disliked than being disrespected. And we worry about this because society has conditioned us. In the choice of respecting yourself and being safe, you choose to be safe. You could choose to go on Monday morning and you could choose to negotiate your salary with your boss. In fact, you could have chosen to do that any other day you've been working, but you don't because you are afraid. And there's nothing wrong with being afraid, but there's something really wrong about letting your fears stand in the way of your dreams. Respecting yourself is about moving beyond your fears. It's about not letting your fears stand in the way of you getting paid for what you're worth. What if my parents disown me? What if my husband leaves me? What if my boss fires me? Then let them. Let go of the fear of being disliked. It's crippling us. It's okay for your boss to fire you. It's okay for your spouse and parents to be angry at you because you know what? They'll get over it and the world will move on. And most importantly, they'll respect you for it. Because don't confuse the fact that because your father loves you doesn't mean he respects you. The fact that because your boss likes you doesn't mean he respects you or she respects you. It's okay not to be liked. It is not okay to be disrespected. And I'm talking about the professional space here, okay? What you do in your personal life is completely up to you. But if we are trying to achieve equal pay, we will not get there because everyone else likes us. But we will if we respect ourselves first and confidently negotiate for it. It is by respecting ourselves first that we'll let other people respect us. If you're a fan of House of Cards, I think you'll like this. Robin Wright, who plays Claire Underwood in the series, opened up about her recent salary negotiations with her employer, Netflix. She found out that she was being underpaid because her male co-star, Kevin Spacey, was earning much more than her. So she leaned in and she negotiated and she said, hey, pay me equal amount as my co-star. And they denied, they said no. So she looked into the statistics and found out that Claire Underwood, her character, was actually being more popular for a period of time than Kevin Spacey's character. And she capitalized on it. And she literally said, you better pay me or I'm going to go public. And so they did. And today, she earns equal pay to her male counterpart. Next time you're negotiating for your salary, take a cue from Robin Wright. She was able to do this because she respects herself and she expects others to respect her. The 22 ordinary women in Malaysia who completed the program were able to do this because they let go of the fear of not being liked. They chose to respect themselves first. And by doing that, it enabled them to achieve extraordinary things for themselves. So ladies and gentlemen, if we are trying to stop being the 25% discount, then I believe women must own the problem because they are the discount. We can own the problem by letting go of the fear of not being liked. In the professional space, it is okay not to be liked. It is not okay to be disrespected. The fight starts with respect and ends with equal pay. Thank you.